Just to clarify, like I thought I did in the other videos, no, suicide is not the easy way out, alright? All I'm saying is, I've had friends who have committed suicide, and those friends were victims of neither one of their parents wanting to do with them. Two of them were living in their car, taking care of younger siblings. One of them I know for a fact because of his, man, I keep trying not to get choked up talking about this. His note says straight up, like, yeah, my mom and dad don't want us, but, man. But at least with them not in the picture, his brother or sister or both, again, I'm not trying to give out generalized information so they'd be easy to track down, would be easier for that kid or those children to be taken care of better, you know? Like, I had one friend kicked out of his house, and they didn't know they had an aunt that lived like 3 states away. And when she found out what her aunt sister had done, she brought all the kids to her place and they thrived. You know what I'm saying? But that is so rare in the homeless community. And people with money don't realize, you know, it's like the pricks that walk past someone who is asking for a little bit of change. You know what I'm saying? Just a little bit of change. And they don't do it. Well, that little bit of change could have been the difference between getting something hot to eat or getting even a hotel room for the night to get them out the cold, to get them a shower, to get them a good night rest on a bed, on a real bed. So I'm trying my hardest not to generalize, you know, that action, because there are a ton of people who have pulled themselves up from their bootstraps and made life better. But you want to talk about hard, buddy, man, to pull yourself out from the lowest of lows, that's hard. And then I've heard the excuse of which Republican, Democrat, I've seen them both do it. Well, just get your ass up and get a job. Well, if I've been homeless for X amount of years, who are you gonna pay for me to get bathed and cleaned up and, you know? But then you got the problem of a resume, you have a problem of social skills, you have a problem of taking care of your little brother or sister or cousin or all of the above. I mean, this is terrible. And I don't know. I get so depressed and worked up over this because thankfully, truth be told, I may have ended up in a terrible situation like that. But I was blessed with a family who cares. I was blessed with a family who would not let me or mine end up in that situation. Now, thankfully, I don't have kids, but to just outright dismiss anyone who is homeless asking for change, just to outright dismiss them as, oh, you're a lazy POS, blah, 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 blah. I'm here to, I would say that 85% of those people, men, women, would do great in a job were they given a chance. Another misconceived notion that just really grinds my gears, to quote Peter Griffin, is the fact that they are all lazy, good for nothing, layabout. They just don't do anything but stand on the corner, ask for money, go get high. No, 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 no. There's a homeless man not too far from where I live that every single time I see him, I give him $2. What's $2 to me versus what's $2 to him? I also know for a fact that when he gets his money up, he takes him and his family to a hotel for a weekend. Now think about that. His form of vacation is a hotel for 2 days. Really? His form of education is taking his family to get something to eat. Really? Not to mention the number of restaurants that he or she had been kicked out of because, oh, you don't look right. Oh, blah, 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 blah. I actually got fired. And again, I ain't going to put their name out there, but I got fired because a homeless man that I was flush, okay? I gave him $150, which is great. And when they came, and I told them what time I work, what restaurant I work, so on and so forth. So what's he do? He waits and brings his wife and his kid in to when I am working. So they come in, the hostess calls in the manager. The manager tells them, you gotta leave, blah, 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 you're gonna offend our regular customers. And so I went up to Mark, that's his name, Mark. And what's the issue here? What's the problem? Well, they stink. Well, they've been living on the streets for 2 years, Mark. I gave them money to come get a real meal. Not a bag of chips, not, I don't know what all they eat, but not junk. And he absolutely told me either I kick them out or he kicks both of us out. So I lost my job because I'm not going to put up for people who are disadvantaged, not disabled, disadvantaged. Because look, I'm disabled, okay? I got a bum kidney, I got an internal pump to keep that kidney going. That's disabled. Having no legs, having one arm, that's disabled. These poor people, they just wanted a real hot meal. Even though I cleared it with my fellow waiters and waitresses that Look, I don't know how many of you know how seating works in restaurants, but usually you get like four tables on this side and four tables on that side. And we weren't that busy. So I told my manager, I said, you know what? I'll give up money. I know I'm not going to get tipped, but this is the right thing to do. Set them in the middle of my section and just don't seat anyone else next to them. Pretty simple, right? Either they gotta go or we both gotta go. And you know what? I went, screw 'em. So I took them to, where did I take them? Burger King. Was it Burger King or Taco Bell? Anyway, one of the two. And they were served fine, you know. Granted, we had to sit all the way in the back of the corner and blah, blah, but they were treated fine. So as a country, we need to wake up. These homeless people are growing, and truthfully, before you know it, it very much so could be one of you, one of your family, one of your friends. Just wake up, people, and be nicer to one of people. Wake up, people, and be nicer to one another. That's the only advice I gotta give. This is Agtown signing out.